Hey, physicists, we'll do an initial check on the Arduinos, make sure that we can communicate between the computer and the Arduino. Just also come across a couple of the bugs you might run into when initially setting this up. I am running this on a Windows computer, so those of you with Macs may have something a little bit different. We may see if Mr. Wynn and Mr. Montaigne might be able to help the class with that. Okay, I'm going to go over to the Arduino, right-click. What I found is I need to run this as administrator. Okay, if you just open it, you may end up getting some file issues. So run as administrator. There'll be a question here. Can I let this run? Yeah, I'm the one that wants to make it run. Okay, so I'm going to move this over now. Okay. The programs for an Arduino are called sketches. You can see that this note here. Okay, I haven't plugged in the Arduino yet. Okay, but I end up seeing I have a file. Sketch, a few other items down here. In the lower right-hand corner, we'll say what port or which I guess what is it plug I have the Arduino hooked into. Now, right now it's saying the Arduino is on COM3. I actually don't have it plugged in at all, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, and so I will now go ahead and plug the Arduino in. Okay, you probably heard the little chime that comes along. If I look over on the Arduino itself, I see that there is a light on that indicates on. There's power, and then I have a one light that happens to be flashing the last uploaded program. If you've got this far, it means all your drivers and all that are working pretty well. Hey, so two things I want to check here is one, under Tools. Okay, one, I want to, for the board, I want to make sure that I do have it set to the Arduino Uno. That's going to be similar to what we call the red board. The format or the interface is exactly the same. The other is this port. Okay, now I have it on COM3 where I have it plugged into. That's what it's looking for down here. Sometimes if you have an issue, you can go back and take a look at that. Okay. What a minute, let's see. For my very first program, okay, I'm going to go to something that's already in there. Go down to Examples, go over to the Basic Programs. This one that's called Blink. All it does is blink a light on and off on the Arduino. I'm going to click that. Okay, it's going to bring up this program, Blink. Just a quick notice on this. I'll expand it a little bit. Okay, and how the Arduino programs, or sketches as they're called, are set up. Okay. There's some common language about this void setup and brackets. Don't worry too much about that right now. The things that we are looking at for right now is that when it says this pin mode, that's going to tell us what pin we're going to power. In this case, it's number 13. If I take a look at the Arduino board, there is a set of pins on one side that have numbers starting at 0 through 13, and there's a small LED with the number 13 next to it. It means we're going to be turning on and off that light. So our output is going to go there. The small program itself is just this little loop that says, okay, digital write, which is, hey, send a signal to pin 13. And all this knows is voltage. Think about our lab we just had. Voltage is that pressure behind electrical current. Set it high. And then this delay, okay, the way that the programming is set up is that this is in thousandths of a second. So it says delay, or keep the light on for 1 second. Okay, then go ahead and on pin number 13, set it to low, or another way of saying that is off. Okay, and then wait 1 second and just turn that on and off. Okay. I'm going to change this now to, I want you to do this as well, to some other value. I'm going to do 3,000 for 3 seconds, and maybe have my delay on for only 500 milliseconds. That would be half a second. Okay. To send a program from my computer to the Arduino, I'll use this key here for upload. Click that. There'll be a little note about compiling sketch, and then information will go off to the Arduino. Okay, and I can go verify that looking at my light. Yep, it's on for about 3 seconds and off for 1. Hey, if you get nothing happening, one thing to take a look at is, hey, is our Arduino actually plugged in on COM port 3? Let me just move around. We'll talk about that for a second. Okay, hey, to go check where the Arduino is actually plugged in or where the computer thinks it's plugged in, I'll come over here to the Start menu, Control Panel. Okay, got a whole bunch of things. I'm going to look at this Device Manager. Move this down a bit. Okay, and I have other devices, and on my port, okay, I have my USB port is on COM3. Hey, just to note, normally when it says other devices, it actually says the Arduino Uno. I'm not sure why it's saying unknown device, maybe because this is from another manufacturer. Okay, so just a note, as you do plug in and unplug your Arduino, what I have found sometimes is under Tools, it'll start populating more and more ports. It'll have a COM 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure that what you have it plugged into and what the Arduino is talking to, or sorry, the computer is talking to, seem to match up. This will run just fine and try to send it off to a port that isn't connected. Okay, so once you're past this step, having the installation or the software installed, up, running, and have established communication between your computer and the Arduino, you're really past the biggest hurdle. After this, it's all a matter of creativity. Okay. Hey, so check in with me. Make sure that your light is blinking, or again, if you have Max, we'll probably pull in Mr. Montaigne and Mr. Wynn. All right.